declare it a public holiday probably, so that we do not see what we witnessed last year? Or should we just wait, vile itakuje ikuje?
In fact, my take on this is that because I've been witnessing how Gen Z's demonstrations have been taking place, those young team are very harmless because they are working on their phones up and they are doing nothing else. So they are not the ones that are used to touch things. That is a different goal. And I can tell you, wherever there was a touch, that is a different category of demonstrators who sneaks in just to harm. But in fact, the little youths that actually were coming out for a finance bill demonstration, they were purely for that particular assignment. What I would say is that since we have seen the state has not been able to distinguish and separate the goons and the real demonstrators, this can bring issues, because I am sure intentionally, deliberately, they can still bring goons in so that they can claim the demonstrators are the one who are doing those actions, and therefore harm the real demonstrators. So in this case, I would say police should take control. They should decide the areas of demonstration so that they can allow demonstrators to use a particular parameters where they should guard those demonstrations peacefully, so that we can eliminate those other goonism that comes in. And therefore, any goon that will be found in looting, mugging, that can be dealt with as a criminal. But we should allow the peaceful demonstrators to do their mission, because this is a country, and when people has jitters, when people have pains, there are ways to relinquish or to remove pain is to demonstrate and speak themselves. And you cannot close this worldwide is the way to go. But the government itself, the state itself, is the big problem, because they introduce goons for cover-up. And therefore, so that they can be able to claim the demonstrators are in charge of those routing and everything else. But if it can be distinguished and give demonstrators their route, they will be able to demonstrate peacefully, and at the tail end, nobody will be harmed. Okay,
what's your suggestion on how it should be handled this time round? Because we cannot just sit back and expect more deaths every year on June 25th.
What I'm not getting clear from my good friend Kakuya, when he says the government should distinguish between the goons and the real demonstrators. How would you tell a person who has left their place marching to town whether it's a real demonstrator or is a goon? How would you tell?
Isn't that the work of the police?
How would, you know, I want this magic.
You seem to
I want to know this.
Police.
No, I'm not defending. I'm not defending. Me, I like being very fair. I want to know this magic, which the police, because a police is like you. It's me, it's you. The police has got to know how
with a lot of training.
That training. How would now police come and stand here and know that Kagwe is a thug and I'm not?
They are trained to identify criminal elements.
How? When people are just marching peacefully.
Okay, now let me ask him.
You know,
please answer the Governor Gakuya's question, where police are escorting looters and they're looting and police are escorting them from shop to shop.
I asked a simple question. When these people come, you don't know who is the right looter and who is a demonstrator. And now, because we are claiming that police are there when people are looting, I pose the same question to you. What is the expectation of Kenyans, or what is your expectation the police should do this and that? What do you want the police to do on that particular man?
Shouldn't they
when the police act, let me tell you, when the police act, when they try to dispatch those people, either by way of tear gas or otherwise, the same people are saying the police are throwing tear gas to us. So what is the police supposed to do? You know me, I want to know that magic.
I think it's been expressed, we're expressly talking about the killings, using brutal force, using guns, causing death. Use of tear gas in crowd control is allowed, and those are the resources I'm saying police already have. But listening to you seem to be defending the police and their ability to intervene in obvious criminal occurrences?
No, I'm not defending police. I want to know what is expected, because the moment the police does what they are supposed to do, it becomes a problem. And I've given you a very good analogy of coming up with flowers and not coming, and what you get out of it. That we are in that situation, and this is what you're arguing. What we need to do is to understand the logic on how to handle matters of demonstration. And if we are demonstrating, we need to understand I'm going to demonstrate to pass a message and nothing extra, nothing more. Now, if I leave my house and I know I'm going to demonstrate, I will not know what is the intention of my good friend who is here. All right? So likewise, since you cannot tell, because you're a demonstrator and you know this is your event, and you cannot tell who was intruded or not, it is not possible for police, who is not even a part of that arrangement.
But isn't every Kenyan under the same law? That my understanding is that if I commit a crime, I'll be dealt with by it's called the long arm of the law, the police. That whenever I commit a crime, I have no excuse. The police will take charge.
Let me tell you, there are situations whereby a police cannot arrest anybody. When you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people marching to do something, okay? And they have that anchor, and you are one police officer here with a rungu and maybe with a gun, I'm telling you, there's nothing that police can do. Let us have the fact and let's know it as a truth. The police, they will only do what they can do to prevent it.
How different should it be this time around?
No, to be honest, if I was in the position of the president, I would have, booked out the whole of Uhuru Park, done something proper for these people who have fallen. We call them fallen soldiers. These were just people who are innocent. And even as he's saying that even if these people were overpowering, the people, and they shot out of self-defense, then at least the government, if they can accept it and then now move to the next stage where now we declare this like a holiday, or at least set up something and give some respect to the fallen soldiers. Mm-hmm. You understand? They could have done something great, invite the Gen Zs, do a public apology, whatever happened, guys, let's look to a new page. That's how I would have done it. Mm-hmm. The same way there's a marathon, where there are no goons who are allowed to join the marathon, where there's police protecting the runners, and then it's a safe, proper thing, and it ends at this time. They can be given a time, start at this time, go to this time, walk from JKIA all the way to, for example, Uhuru Park, sit down together. The state can sponsor this event to show that at least there was some pain involved in that. But here on the other side, you're hearing lots of threats that you dare go to protest. When you're going to a protest and it's peaceful, and you're seeing people coming in with and provoking the protesters, you understand, coming in with guns and shining them to the protesters and bullying the protesters, you understand. It's like they're provoking them to start doing something. But if you bring in civilian policemen at the first to protect these people and guide a peaceful demonstration, and if things get worse, escalate to the allowed mechanisms, where we have tear gas and crowd control and barriers and all that. Put them in a place where things are okay, but do something where people are allowed to frustrate them, remove their frustrations. Even a kid sometimes will go to a corner and just cry it out. You understand? So this is the way of a citizen to cry it out. He said that people came with anger. Why are they angry in the first place? This is the question mark. These young people are looking for jobs. These people are looking for accountability. These young people are looking for security. These people are looking to be heard. You understand? Small things that are free. We don't even need World Bank to come in for such things. You understand? So to be honest, the minimum is that we need to reconcile as a country. When the leaders just do a handshake right at the top there, they don't know that how bad they have left the people at the bottom. They have separated us. They've cut every tie around us. There's so much of bitterness, and this is just giving them 2-3 million is like putting things under the carpet, and that's it. That's not how things are done.
Right. 62 people, according to IPOA, died in 2024, June 25th. Other sources give different data. Some say more than 100 people. Last year, according to IPOA data, 27 people died. Other sources say more than 50 died. So should we be looking at counting more numbers this year? And how can you do it different? In 2 days' time, when we mark the second anniversary of the events of June 25th, 2024. That has been the discussion. I want us to move to another linked